All right, we are back. We are going to be talking a lot about some really, really cool developments that's been going on in the world of Gundam, especially focused on events, and maybe talking a little bit about some of those video games for those of you who have those fast thumbs that are significantly faster than my terrible slow thumbs. The G-Base has been an amazing addition to our events. It was only in Japan for the longest time. Now it's a couple places in the world, but we've been able to take it across the country at some of our events. And most recently, it was at New York Comic-Con. And so we have a video to show you of the G-Base in action at New York Comic-Con. So let's roll that beautiful beam footage and show you a little tease. There it is. I like your option. How about selling the system? Doing the sale. Yeah, so we were taking this to San Diego, to New York, Texas, all over the country. All that money we're going to spend on come to Japan, spend more money. Right.
In case you guys were wondering.
Yeah, so that was New York. Of course, we understand that not everyone go to New York. Not everyone can be in LA. Currently, we are doing a Gundam-based mobile tour. We are traveling across the U.S. It's currently in Los Angeles. I know that's bad timing to say we're in Southern California right now. We're always in Southern California, it seems, but we are going to be moving it across the country. If you follow us at Bandai Hobby US, we will let you know where we're going to be stopping and when. I know the tour ends in New Orleans in January, so that's going to be one of the stops. But yeah, right now we are in the Los Angeles Convention Center. They pulled the truck in, they popped out the hatches, and people are enjoying it right now in Los Angeles. So.
Right. And by the way, before we move on to the full, we'll show you some of the dates with the Gundam Mobile Tour. But I think we have a slide about our next event first, which I think you mentioned a second ago, Texas.
Anime Frontier in Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas.
So December 8th through 10th, Fort Worth, Texas, Anime Frontier, the Gundam base, pop-up Texas. So see us again, because we were there last year as well.
Yeah, we were there last year. I was there. It was a great show.
Right, I love fans.
That was their second year. So the show grew double from the first year to second year. Left Field Media is the organization that runs it. It's one of our favorite organizers. And this is their third year, so hopefully they'll double again. Mm-hmm. The event was so much fun. The fans were so excited to see us just because it was a smaller show. So they're used to kind of like the smaller vendors. And so once they saw a G-Base, I mean, their eyes just grew to like silver dollars, and they were just so excited. And I was amazed at how much I enjoyed my time in Fort Worth. It was just such a fun environment. So if you're in the Fort Worth area, the Dallas area, or if you're a couple hours away and you want to go see the G-Base in Fort Worth, there are still tickets available for Anime Frontier, and it's going to be next weekend. And I guarantee you'll have a good time.
And we might have one more Gundam base pop-up at the end of the year, or not end of the year, the beginning of next year.
Yes, in February.
Where are we going?
We're going to go. Wow. We're going to go to Melly's backyard. We're going to go to Orlando, Florida.
Southeast getting some love from Bandai. Yes.
We are going to be going to MegaCon in February.
Right.
We are going to be taking the G-Base over to MegaCon. We've been to MegaCon a couple times. It is a great event. It's also a massively growing event. It's over 100,000 attendees. It's fastly becoming one of the largest conventions in the United States. It's trying to compete with some of those big boys. And so we're super excited to bring the G-Base and get that foot traffic Last time I think we were at MegaCon was 2019, pre-pandemic, and people were very excited that we brought Gundam to the show. So we're very excited to bring the G-Base back to MegaCon in Orlando. So that'll be in February. Again, make sure you're following us at Bandai Collect, at Bandai Hobby US for all of those details. But if you're in the Florida area, or if you want to go see Disney, February is probably a pretty good time to go to Disney. It's not hot, right, Melly?
No, it's actually pretty cool. It's a great time. And I got a question for you, actually.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Oh.
For you, because you're the guy.
Uh-oh.
So, are you bringing the moving Gundam to Orlando?
The moving Gundam to Orlando? That's a big moving Gundam. I don't know.
Simple request.
Simple request.
I will put in the request.
Put in the request.
Okay.
I'll
But they requested.
I'll put in the PO, and then I'll run it by Xavier's desk, and then he'll ask Freddie, he'll ask Benji, and then we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Right.
I'm counting on you.
Now, I don't know if we could bring the moving Gundam, but of course, something else
Freddie,
that's
why's it
mobile
gotta
and
be
moving.
no?
Huh?
Let's try to find a way to yes.
Why no? I'm sorry. We'll think about it.
Everyone in the phone is like, I like David Xavier's answer. That Freddie guy, though.
I know, I'm sorry.
Straight to no.
I get too realistic sometimes. But speaking of moving, this is about the Mobile USA tour that Dave was talking about earlier. We have a couple of slides up so that you can kind of see what it looks like. So the first slide is just a mock-up of kind of an aerial view of what to expect when you do come to one of these Gundam-based Mobile USA tour stops. And then if you go to the next slide, you can also see the AlphaTauri, right? Yeah.
AlphaTauri, for you Formula One fans, which I have become a giant Formula One fan. Justin, who's upstairs, is a huge F1 fan. And there's a great Netflix show called Drive to Survive. And if that doesn't turn you into a Formula One fan, then you're kind of dead inside. I'm a Lewis Hamilton guy. He drives for Mercedes. But for this particular time, that AlphaTauri Gundam looks amazing.
Right.
And I wish we were making it.
And yeah, right. And just so we set everything clear, this is not for sale. It is a paint, but of course, we would love to see how you guys can potentially paint your perfect grade Unleashed to make it look like the AlphaTauri.
I'm already working on it.
Nice, really?
Yes.
Sweet. That's going to be cool. So if you guys follow Xavier online, you could probably find it. But this is some of the stuff that we have. And partially because we have the mobile tour going, we do have all these pop-up shops happening right now. We don't have all of our Gundam-based exclusives to be showing you guys in front of us because we're just constantly touring because we're trying to get in front of you guys as much as we can. So another thing, if you go to the next slide really quick, I'll have some dates up here. Of course, you can go to gundam.info and find this information as well. But we will be going to Tucson, Arizona in next week already, which I think some of our other kits are going as well. And then in January, we do have New Orleans planned, and hopefully we'll figure out some other locations that you guys might want to come out to in the meantime.
Probably hopefully somewhere in between Tucson and Nolens, as they say, which is the reason my wife says we can't have a vacation to Nolens because she's tired of me saying Nolens.
You're going to offend people.
I'm going to just irritate her and she's going to hit me or something. But what's really great about the mobile tour is it's so much fun stuff. I mean, of course, you can buy some of the G-Base exclusives, but we also have builders workshops there. They have some amazing displays, and they're showing some of the multimedia stuff, trailers and stuff like that. And it's a great way for fan gathering. When you go there, you're going to run into a lot of the amazing people in the Gundam and Gunpla communities, people that are true fans of both the franchise and the community of model and figure collecting for Gundam. So we're getting a lot of people that are waiting in line and just didn't realize people in the area were Gundam fans, and just finding local new groups to join just because we're going to Tucson. You may not know someone in Tucson who's into Gundam or into Gunpla, and while waiting in line, you might talk to the person next to you. Some people might not want to, and that's totally fine. But if you get the courage to talk to the person next to you, you probably realize he's into the exact same thing you're into. So chat him up if you're going to be waiting.
Or
she, clearly.
Sorry, my bad.
Sorry, we didn't mean to talk on the spot.
Talk to all the guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Right.
Make friends with everybody. Because you guys are all there for the same reason, because you love Gundam and you already have something in common, so be friends.
Yeah, and Dave mentioned a second ago, but one of our stops was Las Vegas, which was really exciting. Last month, I'm pretty sure you guys all saw it in the news, we did have a sponsoring opportunity where we were the official local partner for AlphaTauri, and there is that PGU. I know you guys keep sending emails, please make it. We're not making it, but clearly people like Xavier, and if you guys are in between contests, maybe you guys could once again show us what your AlphaTauri Gundam looks like. If you go to the next slide, here's some just other views of the AlphaTauri. But it is, if you guys see this in person, it looks really cool. So if you guys could catch us at one of our upcoming physical events, it might be there, and just definitely something you want to take like photos of.
What are we doing with this piece when they're done with it?
I'm using it as reference work for my own.
This guy, get all the good stuff. Xavier, I mean, you think, what, just because you've dedicated 30 or so odd years to gunplay, you deserve it over me, who's been an F1 fan for like
10
7
minutes?
months?
I'm just borrowing it because I need to draw out the decals and stuff. But yeah, you can take it afterwards.
Sweet.
We do have a showcase room at our office, so it's probably going to end up in the showcase room, a history of a lot of our items.
Man, Freddie's like the killer of fun here.
I know.
Xavier's trying to find a way for me to get it, and you're instantly like, no, you can't have it, David.
If I can't have it,
No
one
one
can.
can. You're going to put it in like a garbage
I was just
disposal or
kidding.
something. It's going to be like the end of Toy Story 3, except the Claw doesn't save the toys at the end.
So if you go to the next slide, you can see what our Gundam-based mobile USA tour stop in Vegas looked like. It was really cool. We had 2 different locations. One was outdoors, and then other one was a indoor quick shop that we had, fully branded with the AlphaTauri. As I mentioned a second ago, if you saw the race, you could see Gundam, I think Ariel and Arc 78 on the, I don't know what the piece is called. It's like right next to the neck, so the driver's neck doesn't like move around. But anyway,
Neck
there was
brace? Collar brace?
yeah, maybe, but I just saw it on there. I was like, that's cool. Those are
So
like,
I know you mentioned that the Gundam isn't for sale. What about that racing suit? Right there. Is that for sale?
Oh.
Or are you gonna be the fun of all joy?
I mean,
Are
everything's
you going to
for
kill
sale,
the
right?
joy? Everything's for sale, right?
I'm ruining this segment right now. So you guys, here, you can answer, Dave.
It's for
what would you say?
display only.
Yeah,
Ah.
unfortunately. I'll some of my inner Freddie. No, unfortunately, it was a great collaboration. Hopefully it'll pave the way for future collaborations with Formula One and other large entities of the sort. And next time we can have a little more synergy so that we can mass produce some of these things.
Mhm.
I think as a one-off for one particular race, even though it was such a high-profile race in Las Vegas, there probably wasn't enough to make the model kit. But if we could do maybe like a year-long sponsorship or a longer-term sponsorship, then I think that would necessitate the need for maybe making a kit.
Yeah, imagine like a figurized standard of the racer with the helmet on.
I like
thing,
it.
and we want to go beefy. We can make it amplified and
Yeah.
make it look crazy.
It's
Just bulky.
Well, good news for everyone wanting a one-to-one Gundam. Looks like Matt's going to build one in his backyard in the Midwest. So America's covered. Thanks, Matt.
There
Thanks
you
for
go.
taking the hit for the rest of us. And I trust you. If you build it, they will definitely come, Matt. And I like how Chris is saying that Southern California never gets anything when literally it's in G-Base is in Southern California, and we have San Diego Comic-Con and Anime Expo. But
If you drive a little bit, you might find us at a couple of spots. in
SoCal is
California.
nothing, right, Chris? Still love you, Chris.
All right, let's go on to our next slide. So we also wanted to bring up our sisters or our brothers, depending on how you want to look at it, of Bandai. And so from Bandai Namco Entertainment, UC Engage is available in North America. Command your own army in the new hyper-realistic Gundam game, UC Engage. Experience the exciting 6v6 3D battles where you can unleash powerful special moves on your enemies. Choose from over 200 iconic mobile suits with beloved Gundam characters and see exclusive animated scenes all in the palm of your hand. This is something that you could go and download the app online. It's a lot of fun. And then also we wanted to talk a little bit about the Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam battle operations too. And I think we have a video for this, right?
I think we do. the infinity to where like, global universes interact with each other? Or are you in your head canon? Do you like universe century versus universe century and stuff like that?
It depends. I know there was recently a poll for this regarding that, but we'll have to see what comes of it.
How did you vote in the poll?
Actually, I did want to see some stuff, but I might be minority for that. But
yeah, I didn't know if are you like for me, like I love Star Wars, but I'm a fan of like the dream match, Darth Vader versus Darth Maul or something like that.
It could be interesting to have Leos fighting Zaku's, but for Gundam Battle Operation 2, this is a kind of more grounded approach to piloting a giant Gundam. You're in a third-person over-the-shoulder view, and so the mechs move a bit more slowly compared to like an arcade style. But it is still a very fun romp. And what we just showed off was the promotional video for the 4-star banner that was just recently showed off for the Rosen Zulu. So that's the latest 4-star suit. Currently, the most recent drop, and of course, for people that are following the game religiously, is the Anksha, a 3-star suit. Or I'm sorry, maybe it's 2-star. I'll have to check myself on that later. But the Winter Festival is happening right now. There's a lot of activity happening inside the game itself for the PlayStation series. The PC version will be having some other content coming up shortly. But for those of you who do play the game, please go check out the various gacha roles that you can do right now.
Nice. And that's the fun thing about like Gundam is you can find Gundam in so many different ways, right? You can find it in anime, you can find it in video games, you can find it in action figures, you can find it in model kits being the best, model kits and other goods, which by the way, we'll go over in our next segment. We're going to go through all kinds of different licensing that we have internally within the Bandai family or not. But we'll have it later in our segment, right? Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to figure out which segment we're going to go into. But the point is, if you keep checking out our various live streams today, we will be going over some other things like Tamashii Nations, which is our brothers, and other things as well. But I can't wait to see you at MegaCon because we normally don't get to see each other at events except for New York Comic Con last year, where you helped us do the Gundam Expo 2022.
Yes, I'm definitely excited to see you guys come to Orlando, my hometown.
Are you gonna go, Freddie? Freddie's afraid of flying.
If they buy me a ticket, wink, wink, I'll go to Florida.
I'll take the train with you. We'll get one of those sleeper cars that take like 6 days to get there, and like we can see the country together.
That'd be beautiful. Everybody's gonna be like, "Wow, Freddie's really that worried about flying?" No, that's not it. But yeah, I think with that being said, this segment is kind of over. I mean, is there anything else?
It is. I didn't know. Would you like to see Gundam get put into one of those like sandbox games? Like your like Roblox, Fortnite type thing. Would Fortnite's like the hotness. Is that something you would like to see as a Gundam fan, as a purist? Would you like to see some form of like involvement in like a multi-IP sandbox type game?
I'm not sure.
So for me, honestly, I don't play Fortnite, but I think that's like a first-person shooting game, right?
It's like a third person, yeah.
Or whatever, something like that. But for me, I don't like gatekeeping. So if it will get more people to know, oh, what is that? What is Gundam? Then it's good for me because more people can get into it. Right. So I put in Fortnite, put it in, I don't know what kids like these days too. Minecraft.
You sound 100 years old right there.
Minecraft.
What are the kids playing?
Whatever the kids do, put Gundam in everything, whatever. I'm perfectly cool with it.
Awesome. All right. Freddie, anything else?
No, that's it for me. I'm really excited to show you guys some of the other things that we have because I think when it comes to Gundam, people want to really have some physical things in hand after they play the game and after they watch the anime. And we have some great segments that are following this. So we'll see you guys very soon.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to see you guys at 4 o'clock. We're going to be talking about Tamashii Nations and Gundam. It's going to be great. We're going to talk about this guy. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of cool stuff with Gundam Universe and Robot Spirits, Metal Builds, all the great stuff that Tamashii Nations is doing for Gundam. So until then, make sure that you are staying locked on Gundam Info. Make sure you're following us across all our social platforms at Bandai Collect, at Bandai Hobby US. And until 37 minutes from now, if we're on time, which we haven't been all day, so don't expect it in 37 minutes, we will see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll catch you guys in a little bit. Bye, everybody.